In the heart of the Whimsy Woods, a mystical village thrived, hidden from the prying eyes of the outside world. Romy, a 16-year-old boy, lived in a treehouse with his mother Anne and the other villagers. They possessed a mysterious skill, one that set them apart from the rest of the world. For 10 years, the ruthless King Malakai had been searching for them, seeking to exploit their powers to solidify his reign over the kingdom. The villagers' skill, known as the echoes of the forest, allowed them to communicate with nature, summoning the ancient magic that flowed through the trees. With a mere thought, they could conjure vines to restrain enemies, call upon the winds to disperse poison, or even summon a maelstrom of thorns to protect their village. One fateful day, King Malakai's army finally stumbled upon the hidden village. The king's dark sorcerers, armed with twisted magic, began to ravage the forest, seeking to capture the villagers and harness their powers. Romy, determined to protect his home and the people he loved, summoned the echoes of the forest. As the sorcerers closed in, Romy called upon the trees to aid him. The ancient magic responded, and the forest came alive. Vines ensnared the sorcerers, holding them in place as the villagers made their escape. Romy, with his mother by his side, led the charge, using his connection to the forest to outmaneuver their foes. However, King Malakai had one final trick up his sleeve. He unleashed a dark entity, one that had been feeding on the kingdom's suffering for years. The creature, a twisted abomination, began to destroy the forest, intent on consuming the villagers' life force. Romy knew that he had to act fast, not only to save his village, but also the kingdom itself. With a deep breath, Romy focused all his energy on the echoes of the forest. The ancient magic surged through him, and he became a conduit for the forest's power. The trees themselves began to stir, their branches twisting and writhing like living serpents. The dark entity, sensing the forest's awakening, let out a deafening scream as it realized it was no match for the combined might of Romy and the Whimsy Woods. As the entity dissipated into nothingness, the forest's magic continued to flow through Romy. He channeled this energy toward the kingdom, using it to purify the land and heal the wounds inflicted by King Malakai's tyranny. The people of the kingdom, who had long suffered under the king's rule, began to stir, their hearts filled with a newfound sense of hope. King Malakai, enraged by his defeat, attempted to flee, but Romy's connection to the forest allowed him to track the king's movements. With a swift stroke of his wrist, Romy summoned a tendril of a